Next week in Emmerdale, emotions run high as Gabby's health takes a frightening turn. Billy risks everything by making a move on Dawn. Joe launches a secret investigation into Caleb, and two unexpected intruders descend on Home Farm. Elsewhere, Kev's past comes back to haunt him. Claudette makes a shocking confession, and Nicola worries that her marriage has lost its spark. 1. Gabby suffers a frightening collapse. Gabby's determination to embrace a strict, healthy lifestyle begins to have dangerous consequences next week, leaving her loved ones increasingly worried. Over recent weeks, she has become obsessed with clean eating and cutting anything she considers unhealthy out of her life. Her new outlook has even started affecting Thomas, after she stopped him from attending a friend's birthday party because she disapproved of the food being served there. Billy has tried his best to support her, but even the wholesome meals he prepares are often met with criticism, as Gabby continually finds reasons not to eat them. Things become even more worrying when Gabby throws herself into promoting her lifestyle online. Determined to inspire her growing number of followers, she pushes herself harder than ever, despite repeatedly feeling dizzy and weak. She brushes the symptoms aside, insisting that she's simply tired and doesn't need anyone fussing over her. However, Dawn becomes alarmed when she finds Gabby barely conscious on the kitchen floor at Home Farm. Realizing the situation could be serious, she wastes no time, insisting Gabby seeks medical attention. At the surgery, Manpreet carries out a full examination and discovers Gabby's blood pressure has dropped lower than expected. Wanting to eliminate every possible explanation, she recommends a pregnancy test. Although the suggestion comes as a surprise, Gabby reluctantly agrees, while everyone waits anxiously for the results. 2. Gabby lashes out after Dawn interferes. The pregnancy test eventually confirms Gabby isn't expecting a baby, bringing relief to everyone around her. However, any sense of calm is short-lived. During a conversation with Dawn, Gabby admits she has secretly stopped taking contraception because she believes it doesn't fit with the healthy lifestyle she is now committed to following. She insists she wants to avoid unnecessary medication and believes she is making the right choice for herself. Dawn is stunned by the revelation. She has never fully trusted the speed at which Gabby and Billy's relationship has developed, and learning about Gabby's decision only increases her concerns. Feeling Billy deserves to know something so important, Dawn asks him to meet her and quietly explains what Gabby has done. When Gabby discovers Dawn has revealed such personal information, she explodes with anger. Feeling betrayed, she accuses Dawn of interfering in her private life and trying to control her relationship. The confrontation leaves tensions at Home Farm higher than ever. Meanwhile, Joe begins paying closer attention to Dawn's behavior. Remembering Gabby's earlier suggestion that Dawn may still have unresolved feelings for Billy, he starts wondering whether there could be some truth behind the claim. Joe begins digging into Caleb's secrets. Joe hopes he can finally repair his damaged relationship with Noah, but Caleb unknowingly ruins his plans. After everything that has happened between them, Joe sees Noah's possible job opportunity overseas as the perfect chance to rebuild some trust. Unfortunately, Caleb intervenes before Joe can make any progress, ensuring the conversation ends in disappointment. Later, Joe heads to the depot intending to challenge Caleb about his behavior. Instead, he notices something even more suspicious. Rather than responding with his usual hostility, Caleb appears unusually calm and eager to end the conversation as quickly as possible. Unknown to Joe, Caleb is desperately trying to keep attention away from his illegal counterfeit car parts operation. The change in attitude immediately raises Joe's suspicions. Back at Home Farm, he instructs Graham to quietly investigate Caleb and uncover whatever he is hiding. Graham wastes no time beginning his surveillance, watching the depot from a distance and secretly photographing everyone coming and going. Joe becomes convinced Caleb is involved in something much bigger than anyone realizes, but whether Graham can uncover solid evidence remains to be seen. 4. Billy risks everything with Dawn. Billy and Dawn are unexpectedly brought back together after Lucas gets into trouble at school. As they deal with the situation as parents, old habits quickly return. The pair slip back into the comfortable relationship they once shared, laughing and supporting one another exactly as they used to. Caught up in the emotional moment, Billy makes a decision he instantly regrets. He leans in, hoping to kiss Dawn. Before anything happens, Dawn quickly steps away and makes it clear she cannot betray Joe. Unfortunately for both of them, the timing couldn't be worse. Joe appears just moments later. Although neither Billy nor Dawn knows exactly what he witnessed, Dawn immediately fears that her fiancé may have seen enough to suspect the truth. The following day, Joe unexpectedly invites everyone to a family lunch at Home Farm. His sudden decision leaves Graham and the rest of the family wondering whether the gathering is simply a coincidence, or whether Joe is quietly testing those around him after what he may have seen. 5. Steve sets his sights on Home Farm. Kev's determination to leave his criminal past behind faces its biggest challenge yet following Steve's arrival. Steve cannot understand why Kev has settled into such an ordinary life after spotting the wealth and opportunities surrounding Home Farm. While Kev focuses on planning a memorable birthday celebration for Lewis and strengthening their growing relationship, Steve has entirely different priorities. He suggests the pair should work together on one final robbery. Kev immediately rejects the idea, making it clear he has no interest in returning to crime. He warns Steve to leave the village alone and insists Home Farm is completely off limits. Steve pretends to accept the decision. In reality, he secretly prepares to carry out the burglary without Kev's knowledge. Meanwhile, Vinny continues to question Kev's intentions, creating fresh tension just as father and son appear to be making progress. 6. Serena's mission takes an unexpected turn. Serena continues pursuing her mysterious investigation into Home Farm. Ever since arriving in the village, her behavior has left everyone suspicious. Although she claimed to have left the police force behind, several of her actions suggest she may still be working towards a secret objective. After stealing a USB from Home Farm and discovering it contained nothing useful, Serena realizes she needs another opportunity to search the house herself. Using Ross to gain access once again, she quietly slips back inside, hoping nobody will notice. However, she receives an unexpected shock after discovering Steve already searching the property for valuables. The pair are forced into an uneasy alliance as they desperately hide when Ross suddenly returns home. With nowhere to escape, Serena and Steve remain hidden together, hoping Ross doesn't uncover either of them. If Ross finally catches Serena inside the house, her carefully constructed lies could quickly fall apart. 7. Claudette leaves Charles stunned. Claudette unexpectedly becomes caught up in the chaos surrounding Steve. After agreeing to a mysterious arrangement, she appears unusually secretive about what she has done. The details remain unclear, but events take another dramatic turn when Steve suddenly disappears without warning. Later, Claudette decides she can no longer keep everything to herself. She confesses the truth to Charles, leaving him completely speechless. Exactly what she admits remains under wraps, but her revelation threatens to have major consequences for everyone involved. Cain refuses Caleb's request. Cain continues rebuilding his relationship with Kyle after months of emotional distance. Moira is relieved to see father and son reconnecting, especially after everything their family has endured recently. However, despite making progress with Kyle, Cain still struggles to open up emotionally to Moira. Elsewhere, Caleb approaches Cain with a risky proposal. Knowing Cain has years of experience in the motor trade, Caleb asks him to introduce trusted contacts who could help expand the counterfeit car parts operation. Cain immediately realizes something isn't right. Refusing to become involved in anything illegal, he firmly rejects Caleb's request and refuses to hand over a single name. Caleb is left frustrated, realizing he cannot manipulate his brother as easily as he expected. 9. Romance, danger, and fresh problems elsewhere. Elsewhere in the village, Nicola begins worrying that the excitement has disappeared from her marriage to Jimmy. The couple have spent weeks arguing over Kev's return, while Jimmy's decision to skip work for a round of golf only added to Nicola's growing frustration. Eventually, Nicola admits she feels their relationship has become predictable and lacks the romance it once had. Determined to prove otherwise, Jimmy plans a surprise date in the hope of reminding Nicola why they fell in love in the first place. Whether his efforts are enough remains to be seen. At the same time, another long-running scheme suddenly comes crashing to an end, while serious danger begins building at the depot. With tensions rising and several secrets close to being exposed, someone could soon find themselves in real jeopardy. Emmerdale is broadcast every weeknight at 8 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes also available to stream on ITVX.